Hello, everybody. It's your favorite person. Well, maybe not your favorite person, but it's only one Smitty. We're not on the front porch today. We in the car. We hands free though. We are hands free. Just wanted to come on and talk to y'all about some things. We got a new year. Something I read yesterday with God though. Every day can be a new year. Every day can be a new year. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that great? Every day can be a new year. I mean, that is just such good news. Just as the gospel. I've been struggling a lot lately, and I thought I had a heart problem. I don't have a heart problem. I have a sin problem. I have a mind problem. Flesh problem. That it's so easy to let the enemy into your thoughts and think that that's cool, but it's not. I mean, if you don't tell the enemy to flee as soon as he comes into your mind, he'll set up camp. He'll build him a little tent, have a little campfire back there. You forget about it. You know, he doesn't really bother you, and then he jumps out at you least expect it. It's like, here I am. We're enjoying our flesh. And he did. He took me captive this past week or so, and but I'm not. You know, it was a new day yesterday, and grace and mercy renewed, and I've been forgiven, and that's not how we fall. It's how we get back up. You know, my flesh is nasty and disgusting. I'm just, without God, like he says, we were filthy rags. You know, like what I used to wipe work boots. But I was reading this morning. Of course, started new year, new reading in the Bible. Starting back in Genesis, and he took a bone from Adam and made Eve, bone of bone, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. The two are now one. And they are naked and not ashamed. And that's how I want to be. I want to be naked and not ashamed. All day for Jesus. And private and public. I mean, of course we're not running around naked. That's not what that means nowadays. But, we can be naked and not ashamed, but still have clothes on. That if you're not familiar with the word, then that can be a little bit confusing. But right now, I'm naked and not ashamed because I have nothing in my body to be ashamed of. I've been forgiven. The innocent blood of Jesus has washed my sins away. And I want to tell everybody how good God is and how good He's been to me. I mean, this time last year, I was high as a kite. Having sex with other men and doing what I wanted to do, what my flesh wanted to do. I didn't care, my God. And, I had an awakening, and now I'm all in. I'm sold out. And I couldn't be more happier. And I just want to let y'all know that it's just, we need to be naked and not ashamed. Not ashamed of Jesus, not ashamed of our past. The enemy's going to try to come in our mind and say we shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't be free with our thoughts and have free will and free thinking. But that's a lie. We don't want our thoughts. We want His thoughts. We want God's thoughts. That's my prayer this year. God, let me not have my thoughts. Let me have your thoughts. Let me think how you think. Fill me with your spirit and with your thoughts, so I can be naked and not ashamed. All this, I mean, that is just so good. And if you don't understand, please, you can email me, hit me up, whatever, and I'll be more than happy to tell you about this. God is so good, and He's doing so many great things all over. But it's so easy to let the enemy come into our head and tell us otherwise. I mean, dude, I sit here. I'll make another video here today so to tell you about how I let the enemy creep into my head and just set up camp, and I didn't think about it. And I was like, we're going about our business. Enemy had crept in, but I'm sitting here praising and doing what I'm doing, but the enemy was back there camping out. And then when I least expected it, the enemy was like, "Oh yeah, we knee deep in it now. We all the way up in it," and it really set me back, and it set me down, and I was like. I beat myself up for a day about it. Finally, it was like, you know what? It's not me. It's the enemy. I let the enemy into my head and let him have free range, rent free in my head, and it just set me back. But it was easy. I got right back up. I felt like I was taking 10 steps forward, and I took 15 steps back. But I didn't. I just took 2 steps back. And I just took 20 steps forward. And told the enemy, out of here, flee. Be gone, enemy. That ain't my thought. That's you. That ain't me. That ain't God. So when the enemy comes creeping, just tell him, keep stepping. Keep stepping so I can step into my purpose. Because if you don't tell him to flee and you don't tell him that those aren't my thoughts, those are the enemy's thoughts, and to flee, he'll just move right in and pitch a tent and set up, be over there making s'mores, and the next thing you know, you're out here wilding out, not doing your purpose. How do I know? Because I wilded out and was not in His purpose, was in my flesh. And it was disgusting. It was not fun. I thought it was fun, but it was not. When you sit there and then you're thinking about, what did I just do? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? That was disgusting. I thought that's what I wanted, but that's not what I wanted. That was not fun. That was not cool. So, flee, enemy. Them ain't my thoughts. Oops. Those are your thoughts, enemy. And you're not going to allow it here. Get to stepping. Keep it moving. Alright, y'all. That's it. Just be naked and not ashamed. And tell the enemy to flee. I mean, I have to tell myself all day, yesterday, and today, and that's you have to always tell the enemy, flee. Flee. That's not me. That's not my thoughts. Because if you don't tell the enemy to flee, he'll set up and you're back. You're back in your flesh. And it's so easy to do, but it's very simple to tell the enemy to flee. We didn't say it was easy. It's simple. It's not easy. This faith walk is not a cakewalk. So just remember, tell the enemy to flee. Get to stepping. Love y'all, brothers and sisters. Y'all, I hope y'all have a great new year. And remember, let's make every day a new year. Let's make every day a new day, new year with Jesus. That's so good. All right, love y'all. We'll see y'all soon.